Something has entered our solar system, and it is not from here. It carries no message, no signal, no warning, only silence. A silence so deep, so cold, so ancient, it feels older than our sun. Astronomers first noticed it as a thin scratch across the starfield. A dim object moving too fast, too straight, too perfectly aligned to be anything local. Objects from our solar system curve, bend, obey the sun. But this thing did not obey anything. It was simply passing through, on a path it seemed to have chosen long before humans existed. They called it 3I Atlas, the third confirmed visitor from interstellar space. But the name doesn't capture the reality. What we are witnessing is a fragment of another world, a piece of a distant star system, a wanderer from a place we have never seen, carrying chemistry we have never touched. From the moment it was discovered, scientists realized something was strange. Interstellar objects are extremely rare. Oumuamua was the first. Borisov was the second. And each behaved differently. Each broke rules. Each left more questions than answers. But 3I Atlas? This one behaves like nothing we've ever recorded. As it approached the inner solar system, telescopes observed something unexpected. Its coma, the glowing halo of gas surrounding it, was dominated by carbon dioxide, not water vapor, not the usual mix we see in comets from our own system. Instead, it was blasting CO2, organic carbon, metallic dust, and ices that glow in infrared like material from another galaxy. It was clear. This was not born near the sun. It did not carry the fingerprints of Jupiter, Mars, Titan, or even Pluto. Its chemistry belonged to a world humanity has never mapped, never imagined. A world orbiting a star that may not exist anymore. But then came the detail no one expected. As astronomers traced its orbit, they realized 3I Atlas wasn't drifting randomly through space. Its path wasn't chaotic, or sloppy, or accidental. Instead, it was threading the solar system with the precision of a needle passing through cloth. It passed Earth at a stable distance. It curved around the sun with perfect geometry. And now, against all probability, it is heading straight toward Jupiter. Not near Jupiter, not in the general direction, but toward the exact region of space where Jupiter's gravity dominates. A region called the Hill Sphere, the same place spacecraft use for gravity assists and orbital insertions. For a natural interstellar object, this is extremely unlikely. For a comet born around another star, it is nearly impossible. Space is too vast, too chaotic, too unpredictable, and yet 3I Atlas is going there anyway, quietly, smoothly, deliberately. As it travels, something else begins to happen. Subtle changes in brightness, small pulses of light, microflares. At first they look random, but they're not. They repeat. They sync with its rotation. They behave almost like controlled releases of gas. Some scientists say these are natural jets, cracks in the ice releasing CO2. Others say the object may be tumbling, exposing fresh surfaces to sunlight. But a small group of astronomers see something else in the data. To them, the pulses appear too clean, too periodic, too intentional, as if something inside the object is responding to heat, as if something is adjusting, preparing, correcting course. And with every pulse, 3I Atlas drifts a little closer to Jupiter's gravity well, as if drawn to it, or as if navigating toward it. We know Jupiter acts like the solar system's gatekeeper. Its gravity is strong enough to redirect comets, absorb asteroids, or capture objects into long-term orbits. It is a perfect place to hide something, a probe, a satellite, a long-term watcher. Some scientists believe this is coincidence, just celestial mechanics at work, just gravity doing what gravity does. But then there are the anomalies. Because as 3I Atlas moves through space, it does not react like a normal comet. Its dust jets do not spray in wide cones, they appear narrow, sharp, directional, like controlled bursts. Its trajectory is too stable, as if it is avoiding dangerous regions. And its core is colder, much colder, than a comet that has been exposed to sunlight should be. Something inside is absorbing heat instead of reflecting it. A few astronomers quietly whisper a frightening idea. What if 3I Atlas is not a simple chunk of ice and dust? What if there is structure inside, something protected, something shielded, something designed to survive the harshness of space? But theories mean nothing. Data means everything. So telescopes continue to monitor. In Hawaii, in Chile, in Spain, in South Africa. Night after night, they watch as 3I Atlas moves through the darkness, a silent visitor drifting toward Jupiter as if it knows the way. And perhaps the most unsettling detail, this object is slowing down, but not in the way a comet slows due to gas release. It is decelerating in a pattern that fits neither random outgassing nor simple gravitational pull. It decelerates, then steadies, then decelerates again, almost like braking, almost like preparing for something, almost like a ship adjusting speed. No one wants to say these words openly, but behind closed doors, astronomers discuss them, in private emails, in late-night calls, in whispers inside observatories. Is 3I Atlas just a frozen relic from another world? Or is it something left behind by someone? Something traveling for thousands of years across the void? Something that does not care about the Sun, Earth, or Mars, but cares deeply about Jupiter? Something with a mission, something with a destination. Soon, 3I Atlas will enter Jupiter's magnetic field, one of the strongest in the solar system. If it behaves strangely there, if it sheds fragments, if it brightens, if it does anything unnatural, humanity will know. But until then, we wait. The object continues forward, silent and unbothered. A traveler older than our species, approaching a world older than our myths. And Jupiter, patient, enormous, waiting, casts its shadow across space like a giant hand reaching out to receive a gift. Narrator: as 3I Atlas draws nearer to Jupiter, the solar system seems to fall into a quiet, breathless anticipation. The giant planet rotates slowly in the darkness, its storms swirling like ancient eyes, its magnetic field stretching millions of kilometers into space. A barrier, a trap, a gateway. And somewhere inside that invisible boundary, humanity waits for a visitor no one invited, no one expected, and no one understands. By now, astronomical observatories around the world are monitoring 3I Atlas every single night. The data looks normal at first: brightness curves, dust tails, spectrum lines. But when researchers compare readings from different telescopes, something unsettling appears. 3I Atlas doesn't behave the same way from every angle. From one hemisphere, its tail appears thin, almost unnaturally straight. From another, the jets look compressed, as if they're being shaped by something more than sunlight and rotation. Different observatories measure slightly different thermal signatures, as if heat is moving across its surface in patterns. Comets do not do this. Natural objects do not trick instruments. Only things that change or react can cause this kind of inconsistency. And still, the pulses continue. Small spikes of light, tiny bursts of CO2, dust jets that fire for minutes, then stop, then fire again, always in the same direction. Some astronomers say the object is rotating irregularly. Others say these are deep interior fractures venting gas. But a quiet, fringe group says something far more alarming. What if these bursts are not random? What if they are adjustments? They compare 3I Atlas to an aging spacecraft, one that no longer has functioning engines, but can still release small streams of gas to steer, correct course, stabilize. No one publishes this. No one wants their reputation destroyed. But in private, the conversations grow louder. Then something happens that changes everything. As 3I Atlas crosses into the outer edge of Jupiter's magnetic field, it emits a sudden flash, too quick for the naked eye, but strong enough for automated telescopes to record. The flash is not sunlight. It is not thermal cracking. It is not a meteor impact. It is directional, a beam, a radial spike of light lasting less than a second. Some telescopes barely catch it. Others miss it entirely. But the ones that do capture something? Impossible. The flash came from inside the coma, not from the surface, not from the tail, but from within the object. A hollow interior is now the most likely explanation. A hollow comet is not a comet. Suddenly, the scientific community is split. One group insists it is natural, a trapped pocket of highly pressurized CO2, a collapse, a release, a burst of sunlight refracted off dust. The other group simply says, if it's hollow, then what built the hollow? Still, the object continues forward, unbothered by the chaos it's causing on Earth. Its speed shifts again, decelerating slightly, then stabilizing. Not slowing to a stop, not falling apart, just gently, precisely adjusting. Jupiter grows larger in the sky. Its moons glide around it like glowing beads on invisible threads. Europa, Io, Ganymede, Callisto. Each moon a world of its own, each a potential destination. And then, something unprecedented occurs. 3I Atlas begins shedding fragments. Not in an explosion, not in a chaotic breakup, but in a slow, graceful release, as if tiny pieces are being placed into space. The fragments are small, tens of meters wide, maybe less. Too regular in shape to be random ice chunks, too stable in motion to be debris. They drift gently outward, forming a loose cluster around the primary object. Astronomers on Earth panic. Space agencies issue emergency bulletins. The news spreads globally. 3I Atlas has released objects. The question is immediate. Are these natural? Chunks of ice? Carbon-rich boulders? Or something else entirely? The cluster begins spreading outward like a formation, not scattering randomly, but aligning in a curved arc that matches Jupiter's gravitational gradient. It looks deliberate. It looks like placement. It looks like distribution. The world watches. Governments hold emergency meetings. Intelligence agencies make calls they never thought they'd make. Every deep space antenna is pointed toward Jupiter, scanning for signals, anomalies, anything. But nothing comes. The fragments emit no radio waves, no heat signatures beyond basic physics, no accelerations, no maneuvers, just silence, motionless drift. But motionless in a way that fits Jupiter's stable orbit zones perfectly. And then, 3I Atlas itself changes direction slightly. Not much. Not enough to look unnatural. Just a small, elegant curve. A correction. It avoids one of the fragments. It passes between two others. It glides through the cluster like a ship navigating its own cargo. And then it continues deeper toward Jupiter. Some scientists believe the fragments are natural, yes, just debris that broke away after millions of years of stress. Others say 3I Atlas may have fragmented due to Jupiter's tidal forces. But a third theory grows rapidly online, faster than scientists can control, louder than agencies can deny. The theory says, what if the fragments aren't debris? What if they're devices? What if they're meant to stay in orbit around Jupiter for centuries, collecting data? Listening, watching? Crazy to some, logical to others. Because Jupiter is the perfect hiding place. An object the size of a small car could orbit there undetected forever. No human probes patrol the region. No radio sweeps monitor it daily. No one would ever notice. unless they knew exactly what to look for. Now, Earth knows. As 3I Atlas approaches its closest point to Jupiter, the world holds its breath. Will it drop more fragments? Will it break apart? Will it pass harmlessly and continue into interstellar space? Or will something happen? Something no one expects. Something that forces humanity to rewrite its understanding of life beyond Earth. The moment is almost here. A visitor from another star has reached the realm of the gas giant. Whatever happens next will not be forgotten. Not in our lifetime, not in our history, not in the memory of a species that has always wondered if it is alone. The truth may be approaching right now, silent, ancient, drifting beside Jupiter's storms, and the solar system itself seems to whisper.